Hey ho everybody, welcome to another video. This is me, Nosy, and I'm back for my third and last of my own questions relating to TFNation 2018. So, like I promised, I have given it a few more days since my last video where I announced I was going to be doing one more, and also a Transformers review, and also I need to respond to somebody. I believe I need to do. Well, I'm actually going to be responding to Chris Gaunt. He did some questions. He private messaged me, and I'm going to try my best and respond to those as well at some point. So, these again are completely off the top of my head. I've not really had the time to really formulate them and really plan them out, so yeah, but I'm really happy that the last two videos I did have actually done quite well. I've had responses from people and so on, and I am awaiting some other people to try and get the time to do it. But like I say, if people generally, if the time runs away with people, and sometimes some people can't, get videos out even though they want to. But like I said, there's a lot of people. Zort Rider, he's making videos, questions, and talking about stuff. I believe Bisto Yeti, I think he's done some videos with questions of his own. A lot of people, even Smizzy and Emily, or the Ford Circuit, they've been killing it as well with their videos. So there's a lot of stuff to choose from, a lot of stuff going around. So let's us get to this. All that stuff and stuff. All that stuff and stuff. I don't have a sonic screwdriver, but I do have my TV remote. Tony. Well, okay. So, let us get through to these questions. This time around, I'm only going to maybe do about 4. I'm going to do 4 new ones. So that will come up to a grand total of questions that I've done. So I did 5 initially, an extra 3, and now 4. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So about 12 questions I've asked in total, split over 3 videos. Teach me how to count. But anyway, so question number 1. So this question may have already been answered or asked, but maybe kind of phrased a little bit differently. But my question number 1 is, again, a spontaneous one. So number 1, what guests of honour are you the most looking forward to meeting this year, and why? So TFNation 2018 this year, those of you that are going, which of the guests that are going this year are you most looking forward to? So, quite easily to answer for myself, Stan Bush and Daniel Riordan and DC Douglas possibly is a possibility, because I've met him before. So if I don't get a chance to meet him for a second time, I'm not going to really cry over it, but I would like to check out his voice panel at least. But yeah, so there are 3 people, but the main one is Stan Bush. Question number 2. What has to be the one thing or things? Could be, you could call it, you could treat this as a multiple question if you so wish. I don't want to kind of bring a downer on TFNation because they do a fantastic job. every year, and also the hotel do a great, they do a great service. They've really helped out the guys that put together TFNation. They've really helped them with a lot of stuff, like with organising the thing over the last 3 years now. So even though, but this is a question just asking. So what do you think has to be the thing that you really don't like in regards to TFNation? Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be about the dealer room. I'm on about kind of other things, like things relating to the hotel itself. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a question where you could maybe get people to do answer, and it's kind of like maybe like feedback kind of thing, because TFNation want people's honest opinions and honest things. So like I said, there's nothing bad about this question. I don't mean any ill will with asking this, but like I say, I respect TFNation, and also the hotel has done a great job in a lot of ways. But there has to be, I'm asking the question, is there something that you're not really happy with? Now, one thing that I will answer to that is the bar. Now, I completely understand that the Hilton is not really, they don't cater for our kind of thing, really. Yes, they do multiple conventions out throughout the year, but what I mean is their main clientele are people that are quite well done by. They've got a few quid in the bank, so to speak. And they don't really, their price lists and their bar prices, their food prices, they are to cater for a certain type of person. And I completely kind of understand that, because that's what the Hilton thing is all about. It's a kind of a business hotel, it's what CEOs and businesses and bosses and corporate people kind of meet up in, when they're on business meetings and things like that. So yeah, but for me, I have to say is the bar prices. I really don't like. They've kind of said over the years where TFNation have tried to get a little bit of a discount where you show your badge or you show your pass, and the people behind. I know this is obviously Auto Assembly related. I know TFNation is completely different to what Auto Assembly used to be, but I'm just bringing in for a reference point here that Auto Assembly used to have. You had a pass, an actual lanyard with a pass, and they would simply, you're supposed to kind of brush it in front of their face or their nose, and they would know you're at whatever event, and they would give you some money, something off the price of the drink or whatever you was ordering. Now, this didn't always work with everybody back then. There was incidences that some people was aware of it, some weren't aware of it. So some people, you wouldn't, if you had a certain staff in a bar staff person, they wouldn't, they obviously weren't aware of it, so you wouldn't get any discount. So, I mean, I remember one time, or a few times over the years, while we've been at the Hilton, I've literally paid about 3 or 4 different prices in the same evening for the same drink. And, I've had once maybe about £3.50. This was going back quite a while when the prices were not too bad. And then I'll go back again about 20 minutes later, about £4 something. And then I remember paying nearly a £5 for a pint. So I paid like 3 or 4. The price just went up and up and up every time I went to the bar, regardless of a pass or not. And, it was kind of annoying. And even though TFNation, they've tried so hard, now it's become TFNation, they've tried so hard to try and get some sort of discount on the bar and the food and everything, but they since TFNation has taken over, or TFNation has happened, they have been doing like a special like little menu, food menu with like limited things on it, like pizzas, burgers, and so on, which is brilliant at like a bit of a cheaper price compared to their normal menu, which is fantastic. I like that. I love that. But yeah, when it comes to the actual bar drinks and everything, like it's like nearly £4 for a pint of Coke, and that's ridiculous, dude. And then obviously, Tony's favourite beer of choice, Stella, is like over a fiver. I mean, God knows what the price is going to be like this year. But like I said, I'm not. I'm just, I'm just being more light-hearted with this. I'm not being horrible or judgmental in any way. It's just that is something that I really don't like with the hotel itself. Even though, like I say, it's and one other thing I will say is it's too far away from. Even though they've got the complex across the way, I don't like the complex that much. Yeah, they've got TGI Fridays, which is probably the only decent. There's probably one or two restaurants that are actually quite decent. But yeah, they've got a Pizza Express or something like that there, and I went to that last year, and it was absolutely shit. Not last year, the year before, it was absolutely shit. Yeah, a few people have a few words to say about the Pizza Express from a few years ago. I will just leave that there. But yeah, okay, so they've got a new complex little shopping centre and food court, which is fantastic. There's a cinema in there as well. It's a great place to go and get food at a cheaper price compared to the hotel. That's great. But I really loved the Holiday Inn back in 2010, 2011. Because we literally, the Birmingham City Centre was right on our doorstep. We would step out and we would be through the Bullring Shopping Centre. We had a full, massive Bullring Shopping Centre with food courts, with shops, with everything we possibly needed. And we also had a off licence across the road. I think it's still there now. I could be wrong, but anyway. There was an off licence across the road from us that had really like discounted priced booze that you could just stock up on and go to your room with. It was really, really good. Everything was on your doorstep, and I understand they needed the extra room. The Holiday Inn wasn't big enough, so they went to the Hilton because it was literally the best and biggest hotel that they could possibly find. I understand that. I understand why they've moved, but I just don't like the idea of that you've literally got to take a train journey probably each day or every now and again back and forth to the Birmingham City Centre if you ever want to kind of like walk around and kind of do some shopping on the side of the convention. It's just a little bit of an idly thing, but they're two things that I really don't like because of the the convention's situated at the Hilton Hotel, like pretty much on the NEC complex. And it's quite a distance away from the it's quite a distance away from the NEC itself. So I'm going to move on to question number 3. I've spoken way too long on this question, but I just wanted to do that. Number 3 is, I'm not sure if this has already been mentioned by other people. If so, I apologise, but like I said, this is completely off the top of my head at the moment. Number 3 is, if you had the opportunity to come up with an idea for a panel, what would it be for TFNation in the future? I'm not on about this year, I'm on about like for the general future. So if you had the possibility to, if you had the option or the possibility or whatever to come up with a panel idea for like a side panel idea for a future TFNation, what would it be? So my answer to that would be, I'm going to try and make this a little bit quicker than my previous answer, so I apologise for that. To be honest, if there's anything, I would do something very similar to kind of like a YouTuber kind of related thing, because that is literally the only thing I could really talk about that I have a little bit of knowledge about. I know there's one happening this year, which is between Zotrada and Tony, Son of a Stew One. They're doing one called, for the smaller YouTubers panel, which I am considering going to see. Hopefully I'll go and see. That's on the Friday from about, I think, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think if I was to formulate a panel, I would probably do something where obviously I would get probably a good group of people that are from maybe all different, probably different things. So like maybe cosplay, YouTube, podcasting. I don't know, anything to do with sort of like something like that. I don't know, like a communal type of panel, like a communal thing, and just talk whatever is in general interest. So like, if people want to talk about tips with cosplay, people want to talk about tips with, I don't know, like YouTube. Anyone wants to talk about anything like that. I feel like a communal type of, everyone's welcome kind of panel. I mean, generally everyone's welcome at panels anyway, so that's kind of a silly thing to say, but I don't know, something like that maybe. Okay, so number 4 is the last question for this video, and it will be literally my last question I ask, because I don't want to do any more. I don't want to oversaturate people to the point where they generally cannot, answer everything that I produce, because this is going to be the last one. I've done 3 of these now. So number 4 is forget about Transformers for now. I know it's a Transformers convention, but forget about Transformers for this question, okay? What are you hoping, what would you love to, no, let me rephrase. What would you love to hopefully find that isn't Transformers related or isn't a Transformer at TFNation? Like, obviously, they don't just do Transformers. They do, other people have stalls with different types of things like Power Rangers or I don't know, Gundam kits or I don't know, different stuff. But what are you hoping to maybe find, or you could say hoping to find, or what you would hopefully love to see and purchase at TFNation this year that isn't Transformers related? So you can kind of like formulate that question however you like. So number 4 answer for me. Generally, I love anything Power Rangers, Beetleborgs. Yeah, I know Beetleborgs. I know Beetleborgs isn't incredibly popular with the people that follow that kind of fandom thing, but I grew up with Beetleborgs. Even though it's incredibly bad, I loved it because it was so bad, that kind of logic. I watched it when I was a kid. I also, Master Rider as well. Sorry. Even though I kind of grew out of that very quickly. I kind of watched it at the time, but never really made an impact on me. Mainly Power Rangers Mighty Morphin was the main impact. So Power Rangers, anything to do with like, I don't know, anything like NECA, McFarlane Toys. This might be kind of a similar question to what I asked before, but I digress. So anything, pretty much I would just hopefully love to just find something that is a bit obscure, or something that I just generally never thought I would see there. And generally not anything Transformers related, just from a completely different line in general, like maybe like an adult collector's figure, maybe something maybe from a horror movie, like maybe I don't know, from like the NECA line where they do like horror stuff, or the McFarlane Toys line, and they do like horror stuff, or like RoboCop or Terminator or stuff like that. I'd love to maybe see about, and if it's at a decent price, I may pick it up, because I know there is a few stalls that do have miscellaneous stuff that, regardless of just Transformers, they sell other stuff that is of interest to some people. So yes, that is that. So thank you ever so much, my friends, for watching this yet again. Thank you to everybody that has responded to me with the previous responses. Now, if responding to this one is a problem, I completely understand. I know I've probably oversaturated some people, but like I say, it's all part of the fun. We are still we're still literally about a week and a couple of days away, maybe like a week and a half away, until TFNation properly starts and kicks off, and people start setting off and travelling down to Birmingham. So yeah, we are pretty close to it now. So, but there's still plenty of time to get responses if you so wish to respond. Thank you, and I'll be back very soon. Peace.